and help you to be a better person and smarter for the idea of that for which you seek. I'm not very well prepared tonight, y'all. I'm not feeling top of the world this evening, but I'm doing good. I mean, I'm not sick. I'm very, very tired. I've had a long, let's say, 24 to 48 hours, and I'm very, very tired. But that doesn't mean that we're not going to have a great show. The name of tonight's show is, hold on, let me get, I'm, like I told you, I'm off tonight, y'all, a little bit. So I know y'all going to bear with me. I know y'all going to bear with me. Because I mean, because I don't have all my equipment that I normally have with me and everything, I'm gonna be a little off this evening. So I'm hoping y'all understand, and definitely, definitely, definitely bear with me. And like I said, tonight's show is titled "The Rip-Offs." We're going to talk about items and things and how you're being, without even being aware of it, how you're being ripped off. And a lot of you don't even realize it. You know, I was in I've been out here in the industry for 45 years. 45 years I've been out here in the industry. And I know things and I see things. I've done things and I've learned a tremendous amount about things. Now, I want to open your eyes to a lot of things that's going on. Things you may not be aware of. Things you may not be aware of. Some of it is going to surprise you. Some of it you're not going to like. Now, I am out of town right now. As y'all can tell, I'm not in my studio. And I couldn't bring all my equipment, all my studio. Of course, you know I can bring all my studio equipment with me. So what I'm doing is playing it by ear. Things I want to talk to you about because I mean, something happened to me last week that was very, very disturbing to me. It wasn't very disturbing, but I didn't like it. And I says, uh-oh, this is something I'm going to talk about on my show. And it is something I got to talk about on my show. And and let me tell you what happened to me. Let me give you the story of what happened to me last week. I knew I was coming out of town, and the out of town trip was going to be over 1,000 miles. So I said, well, let me go get my car checked, get everything checked, oil change, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. You know how that goes. So I was at the dealership, and I was one of the first. Matter of fact, I was the first one in line. Hello, Miss Sonata. Love you, dear. Love you dearly. And I was at the dealership, and after 2 hours, I was like, wait a minute, I was the first one. Because nobody was in line, and all I had was an oil change. What's taking so long? A couple hours later, they called me down to the check-in. And they said, your oil's changed. We owed you an oil change, sir. There's no charge. I said, fine, thank you. She said, but you need rear brakes, drums, and your lines flushed for your brake fluid. I said, wow, really? She says, yes. And I said, okay, how much is all of that? She said, $7.39. I said, oh, $7.39. She said, no. She said, $7.68. I said, oh, $7.68. She said, no, $768. And I looked at her, I said, thank you. but no thank you. Now, the name of the night show is Ripoffs. I'm going to show you exactly what dealerships do to rip you off. I called my buddy well, he's afraid, a very good friend now, but years ago, he couldn't get a shop. So he called me. I was in the real estate. And I said, man, I got you. Where do you want to be? So he told me where he wanted his shop to be, and they had openings there, but they told him, we're not putting no more mechanics in this shop, in this mall, this area. So I called him. I called him about an hour later. I said, man, do you have the money for the deposit, first month's rent? He says, yes. I said, okay, meet me there. I met the person who had the listing agent who told me that they weren't taking no more. I called and worked it out with him, so he's in the shop now because he'd already bought all his equipment. I went and spoke at NTB and was telling them about how to start your own business or how to work for this one to make it valuable to you. And he had started buying his equipment. So when he moved in the shop, he already had all his equipment, tens of thousands of dollars of equipment. So I called him. I said, hey, man, I just left the dealership. They told me that I needed rear brakes, rotors, and my lines flushed. I didn't tell him $768. I didn't tell him that. So he says, okay, stop on your way here. I can take you as soon as you get here. And stop and get the brakes and come on. I says, how much you want to charge me to put them on? He said, I'm just going to charge you $60. Now think about what I'm telling you. He's charging me $60. So go buy the brakes. The brakes cost $55. 60 and 55 is how much? $115. They did for $115 what the dealership told me was $768. Think about what I just told you. People, I'm telling you, these dealerships, and I know the reason I know about this, y'all, in 1986, 87, I was the first Black in Prince George's County, Maryland, to have a leasing company. I was the first African American to have a leasing company in Prince George's County, 1987. So I knew dealers. I knew about cars and dealerships. Now, had this have been one of you ladies or you guys not knowing what's what, you would have probably told, okay, man, brakes and rotors and get my lines flushed. So when I took it back to him, to my mechanic, he pulled my tires and says, man, you need brakes, you do. He said, man, you don't need no rotors. He says, now the next time you get your brakes changed, he said, the time after that is when you're probably going to need rotors. I'm thinking, what? He says, not next time you get your brakes changed, but the time after that is when you're going to need rotors. I said, man, are you serious? So I told him, I said, man, the dealership told me $768 to have that done. He laughed. I laughed. I was pissed. What I'm trying to tell y'all as a ripoff, be careful when you take your car to these dealerships. They are going to rip you off for whatever they can get from you. What's the difference between $768 and $115 for the exact same thing? And then the fact that I didn't need rotors. All I needed was the $55 brake pads and the $60 to mount them. That's it. Is that a ripoff? Is that a ripoff? I'm telling y'all, please be careful Be careful when you're out there dealing with these dealerships. They're in it for the money. They don't give a damn about you. I was in the industry myself. I know they do not repair nothing. They replace everything. I didn't need roads. They told me I did. I didn't need my lines drained, but they told me I did. $768 and some change. And I got it done for $115. Y'all be careful out there when you take your car to a dealership. Ladies, mainly ladies, they are going to get you because they're going to think you don't know. Get a second opinion, not from another dealership. You better find your mechanic like the one I got over on Hampton Park Boulevard by the name Ekany. He does front end alignments and brakes. What? I mean, it's hard to even talk about, y'all. It's hard to even talk about. $768 when I took it to my mechanic. He charged me $60 to install, and the brakes cost me $55. Y'all, these mechanics are ripping you off. These dealerships are ripping you off. You better find yourself a mechanic that you can trust. If not, don't take. I'm gonna give y'all another. For instance, was one of the worst investments you could ever make. And y'all be rushing to the deal. I'm gonna take my car. What kind of fool are you? I'm warning you and I'm telling you. I know what they do. I was in the industry, y'all. I was in the industry. $768. And it cost me $115. Now, and I'm going to tell you this because I don't trust dealerships. I really don't. I know the game. I was in it. I was in it. One of the worst investments you could ever make, period, is buying a brand new automobile. One of the worst investments you could make is buying a brand new car. Why would you throw your money? You buy something, and the moment you sign the dotted line, it's worth less than what you owe on it. Why would you do that? That's what you do when you buy a brand new car. It is worth less than what you're paying for it. You haven't even driven off the damn lot yet. You've already lost money. You haven't driven off the lot yet, and you've lost money. Any investor, anyone that knows about business will tell you the worst investment you could make is buying a brand new vehicle. Now, I just bought 2 cars in 2 years. I bought a 2015 2 years ago, and last year I bought a 2018. The 2018 car was 26,000. I'm trying to 26,000 or something. And the one I bought that the 2018 and 2020 cost me 16,000. $10,000 cheaper for a car that didn't have a little over 20,000 miles on it. $10,000 cheaper. Every time someone tells me, man, I bought me a brand new car, I laugh at it. How dumb can you get? And I'm not being cruel or mean. I'm just letting you know, y'all, that's the worst thing you could ever do. Man, I just bought me a brand new 2021, da 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 da. Man, you a fool. The only time that car is worth more than you owe on it is the final year of your payments. 5-year deal, you got 4 years to that car. You owe more on that car than it's worth. Your last year, you might bounce out even. I know what I know you. I'm giving y'all facts. Stop going to buying a new model vehicle. Go get a used car in that model, because the only difference in the new car 2020 and 2018 was the dashboard. That was it. That was the only difference. Everything that was on the 2020, I got in the 2018. Everything. They changed the dashboard up a little. When I bought my wife's car, now the only difference between her car, but both of them are the same thing. Hers are 15 miles and 18. The only difference is in my car, it lets me know when there's someone beside me. Hers doesn't, because that was a new something that came out in 2018. Why are you rushing to buy a brand new car? Now I'm telling you right now, don't ever do that. Don't ever do that. It's a ripoff. You learn from someone who knows, but I told you I was in the business. I myself was in the business. Any investor will tell you never buy a brand new model car. Ever. Unless you don't mind owning a lot more on it than what it's worth. Go drive off that lot and total that car a mile down the road. And total it. And watch how much more you owe on that car than what it's worth. Think about that. It's a ripoff. Now, let me tell you something about brand names, because I know I was in the clothing industry for 22 years. 22 years I was in the clothing industry. I had clothing stores, I had warehouses, I had printing factory, and I had my own clothing line. I'm gonna give you a story, and y'all may not believe if this is true. As sure as I'm sitting here black and handsome as I am. I had ordered some jeans from this company. I ordered like 12 dozen jeans, because everything comes in packs of dozens. So I had about 12 dozen, so I bought 12 dozen jeans. That's 144 pair of jeans. I had them for $24.95. Because I figured, I got them at a good price. They were closing them out. Great jean, beautiful jean. But they weren't name brand. All they had on was the company's name with a leather patch on the right side. And I couldn't sell them at $24.95. So here's what I did. I had my own clothing line, right? I had my own patches, my own leather patches, just like the one on there that wasn't name brand. I took that patch off, put my patch on. I took and put a little paper tag, a little cloth tag on the right side of the leg. Sold them for $59.95. Now here's the thing that's the catch. My design became the design of the neighborhood. If you wasn't wearing my True Dat clothesline, you weren't fly. You weren't hip. I had to order another 12 dozen of those jeans about a month and a half later. Same exact thing. The only thing I changed was that little patch on the side and added a little white patch on the right leg. No difference. But now they were name brand. And my name brand took off in the community. I had jean jackets, same way. I had sweatsuits, same way. I had t-shirts, same way. I had dress clothes, same way. I put my tag on it, which made a designer. I'm going to tell you another story about clothing. My buddy and I went to New York to the fashion show at Javits Center. And they were closing out these jackets. And you had to buy 12, you had to buy 12 dozen jackets. I said, man, I don't need no 12 dozen jackets. He said, well, I'll take 8 and give you 4. I said, okay, we can do that. The jackets cost us $8 a jacket. 8. He took his jackets and put it was about half an inch wide band around the hood. Put his little tag on the zipper handle and a little thing on the side pocket. Sold them for $189. $8. He might have put $3 of stuff, let's say $5 of stuff on it. Sold it to the public for $189. But you know why? Because it was name brand. I did the same thing. I just didn't charge the price he charged. I did a little more than he did his to make it look different. But he sold his out at $189 and came back to me wanting to know did I have any that I hadn't sold. Because it was a closeout deal, $8. You pay $8 something, put $5 maybe on 8, 5 is 13, and you sell for $189. And y'all buy it. Y'all bought them. You bought it. Hook, line, and sinker, baby. Now, we went to New York, and I bought a case of, and all you had to buy was 6 dozen on this. I bought a case of sweatsuits. They were $25 a sweatsuit because they were the top of the line. They were heavy, nice hood. I mean, they were really, 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 really nice. I paid $25 for them. And by the time I finished putting my little thing on it, they were going for $179. I paid $25. You paid $179. It's name brand now. It is now name brand. Hey, y'all, don't be mad at me. That's business. Once you make it name brand. Now, the quality didn't change, just the fact that now it's name brand. $25, $179. $8, $189. $24.95, $59.95. Name brand. Trust me, when you buy name brand today, you're doing the same damn thing. Name brand don't give you quality. You aren't buying quality. You're buying name brand. Some things I admit name brand are nice. There's no doubt the quality's there. But you're still paying for the name. Another one of my buddies will go to New York because I introduced to the place to go get fake handbags. Gucci, Burberry, which was hot at the time, and another brand was hot as firecrackers. He went to New York because he met me up there, and I showed him where to go buy these purses. All he sold was ladies' purses. He was paying $20 for most of them, and when he came to you, he was paying $200. They were fake, but they were cheaper than the real ones. A lot of ladies knew they were fake, didn't care. It was name brand. It was not. I've sit out there and I let him sit in front of my store sometime and pop his trunk just to draw the ladies in knowing they walk inside of my store to buy an outfit. When he popped up there, here they come. Because it was 2 nail salons, one on each side of me. And when he popped this trunk, here they come. $200 bag, $175 bag for a bag he didn't pay about 20, maybe $25 for. You buy them, but they say it's, and they spin-offs. They ain't real, but you paying for it. That's the ripoff. Don't be mad at my man's us. Be mad because you're too not smart to know you're being ripped off. Name brands. I'm gonna give you another for instance. I'm not gonna call the name of this shoe. It costs $17 to make this shoe and ship them here to America. They cost you from $250 to $1,000. I know this for a fact. True fact. $17. And you're paying anywhere from $250 up to $1,000 for that $17 shoe. Think about what I'm telling you. You're doing it. You're buying that. Oh, I got to get name brand. Let me ask you a question. Would you rather pay $500 for a name brand bag and put $10 in it? Or buy a $10 bag and put $500 in it? Think about it. Would you rather buy a $500 bag and put $10 in it? Or buy a $10 bag and put $500 in it? Think about what, y'all, I know what I'm talking about. Name brand ain't it. If you shop around right, you can find the same thing out there that's not name brand. Who are you trying to impress? Oh, I'm wearing Adidas. I'm wearing Gucci. Don't y'all know that Gucci bullshit is bullshit? You're buying the name. You're making millionaires billionaires while you busting your ass out there trying to pay for it. Think about what I'm telling you. I was in the industry, y'all, for 22 years. I can't go into a store and buy. I can't remember the last time I went to the store and bought anything. I don't wear name brand. I'm lying, I do. There's only one shoe out there that fits the way my foot is made. Because I got a wide foot and I've got a very high end step. A lot of shoes don't make them like that. So I was wearing Stacy Adams, which Stacy Adams used to be the shoe, but now you get a pair of Stacy Adams for $50. They used to be hundreds of dollars. I wore Stacy Adams. I can wear Stacy because of my instep and my wide foot. But I will not go out there and spend red. I got to get me a pair of red balls. You better get yourself a goddamn pair of shoes and get you some red magic marker red paint them. No, I got to get red bottoms. Why? They're going to tear up just as quick as any other damn shoe. It's just the fact that the bottom is red. And you like a dummy run out there and get them. I got a family member that will not buy anything that's not name brand. And I keep saying, darling, don't buy me name brand nothing. If you got to go and spend $200 to get me a wallet instead of going to spend $20, $25 to get me a wallet that does the same damn thing, I don't want that $200 wallet. Give me the $20 wallet. Put that $180 in your pocket. Put it in the bank and save it for the kids. Put it in their account. She will not buy anything that's not name brand. She won't do it. So I'm telling y'all, please, y'all, just listen to me. I'm telling you what I know. This is not hearsay. This is fact. This is fact. And y'all don't want to, and now here's the thing. A lot of you will still go out there after me telling you this tomorrow and go buy something name brand. You go buy something name brand. It makes no, you know what insanity is. Hearing the truth, knowing the truth, and still into the lie. That's insanity, y'all. That is insanity. Makes no sense. Now, I'm telling you what I know for a fact. I'm gonna tell you something else that's holding you back. That shows how unintelligent you are. I could say dumb, but that time I can't call nobody dumb. So I'll say not smart or not intelligent. Debt. You'll go out shopping, 15% off. Whoa, man, I'm getting 15% off, 20% off. Oh, I'm buying this. I'm buying this. Whip out that charge card. Just charging you 27, 26, 27, up to 32, 35% interest. What sense does that make? Why are you saving money? You save 20% on the item, but your interest is 35. Think about what you're doing, y'all. Think about what you are doing. I'm not going to tell you not to use charge card, but if you can't pay it off when you get the bill, you don't need it. Think about it. You're going to go to Home Depot. 10% off on this dryer, washer. The interest rate starts off at 23%. You saved 10% on a washer and a dryer. But Home Depot's interest rate starts off at, I think it's 23% to be exact. So what if it's 17, 18, 19, 20%? Where'd you save money at? Because your interest rate is so high that they ain't losing a daggone thing. Now I'm gonna tell you something I learned about the clothing, about industry of sales. They can't lose money in sales until the season is over. You buy the end of summer clothes at the beginning of fall, and they say, okay, 25% off. You think they still make no money at 25% off? You know why? They are tripling, to quadrupling the price of what they paid for it. So say they let it go 50% off. It's a $25 item. And they sell you for 50 at the end of the season. They still make 25% on you. And y'all aren't even aware of the fact that you are being ripped off. Why do you do that? I'm telling you what's going on. And you don't want to hear me. You do not want to hear me. And I'm telling you what's going on. You just don't want to hear me. My grandson says, what a ripoff. It's a ripoff. He doesn't buy anything, and he's just 30, what, John's 30, 31. I taught him alone. He saw me in the stores. I raised him. He was there in my stores when I was working, and he was working the cash register. He was working the floor, and he was just a young teenager. But I taught him the business. I showed him about name brand. You ain't ripping them off. They don't get the money. Somebody help. They might as well give it to you. Think about what I'm telling you now. I'm telling you about debt. Same thing. Look at your car. You bought a brand new car. I paid $30,000 for it. 5-year note. $600. And the only time that car is going to be worth more than you owe on it is after 4 to 4.5 years that you pay that. Now, Let's talk about houses. You know the difference between an asset and a liability? An asset puts money in your pocket. A liability takes money out. A liability will never ever put money in your pocket. Only an asset will do that. Now, when you buy a house, that is one of the best investments you can make, as long as it's a wise investment. What is the value of what you're doing in the long run? See, you got a 30-year note, 30-year note on a house. That's $250,000, 30 years. But you can go buy a $30,000 car and pay it off in 5. Think about that. Think about that. A house at $250,000, 30-year mortgage. But you can buy a $30,000 car and pay it off in 5. Think about how smart that is. They got you, baby. They got you. Now I'll tell you about that $250,000 house. Whenever you can, if your note is $1,500 and you pay $1,600, write on your check or make sure they know that extra 100 goes to principal only, no interest, because they will automatically put on the interest, which means you aren't gaining no equity. You're paying off the interest. You've got to tell them, I want to go. I don't want it to go on the interest. I want it to go on the principal only. Now, I'm going to give you a smart move that most banks will not tell you exists. They will not tell you that it exists. You just bought a $300,000 house. You got a $2,000 house note. You got more than that, but I'm just using numbers. Because really, your house note would be close to $3,000. But I'm using $2,000 just for the hell of it. Here's what you do. You tell your bank, I do not want to pay my note every month. I want to pay half of my note every 2 weeks. I'm going to give you $1,000 every 2 weeks. Here's why they don't tell you about that. In 30 years, you have saved 8 years of note. 30 years. You saved 8 years of note. Now, here's how much money you saved. You saved 12 times, that's 12 months, your note. 12 times 2 is 24. 24 times 8, because 8 years you save on that note. Think about it. Think about it. You tell your bank, I want to pay my note every month, but I want to pay every 2 weeks $1,000. I mean, you're still paying $2,000 a month, but you're saving 8 years on a 30-year note. Most banks ain't gonna tell you that. Why are they gonna lose money like that from you knowing? I was in real estate, y'all, for almost 15 years. I'm getting ready, and I'm back into real estate investing now. Think about what I'm telling you. Go to your bank and say, look, what I want to do is stop paying my note. I want to start paying half every 2 months. I mean, half every month. And they might tell you can't do it. Find the bank that'll refinance you and do it. I wish I had my calculator. Figure up somebody for me that know how much that is. 1,000 times 12 is 12,000. I mean, 2,000 times 12 is 24,000. That's 48. You saving almost $60-some thousand. 60,000. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Ain't that something? Now let's go to uh-oh. Let's go to the big lie. The big ripoff is the news. You know how big a ripoff the news is? They're the ones that got the world thinking that you as a black man and black woman ain't no damn good. Their motto is, if it bleeds, it leads. And when they report crime, who they report crime on? Black people. So what's that got the world thinking? All black people are criminals. Why do you think we're getting shot, getting killed, getting murdered, getting yoked and choked? Because they got the world thinking that your skin color is no good and balanced. Now, think about this. In the Asian community, Asians are killing Asians. In the Spanish community, Spanish are killing Spanish. In the white community, white folks are killing white folks. Do you know that 82% of the murders of white people are done by other white people? Why they don't report white on white crime? Because they got to make you look bad, so they report you. Look at all these mass shootings. But they don't tell you. You can tell whether or not the person is black or white as soon as you hear about it. Because if they're white, they're not going to tell you that. But if they're black, they're going to point it out real quick. Show that picture of that mass shooter real quick. And they've got you brainwashed to hate your own. It's you they got you hating. It's your brother, your mother, your sister, your uncle, your family member, your friend that they got you hating. The news. If it bleeds, it leads. And you dumb enough to sit there and watch it and believe all that stuff. Let's talk about Bitcoins. I'm not gonna get into that real heavy, y'all. Some people swear by it, but do you realize you got only 16% of the people in Bitcoins and them other coins succeeding? What about the other 84%? They're losing money. They are losing money. 84%. And I just looked that up, y'all found that out. Are losing money. I had a gentleman call me and got ticked off and cussed me out. Called me an MF and other things because I told him, man, everything ain't for everybody. I'm not interested. The only thing I'm interested in is something dealing with the millionaire mastermind. Well, man, I done invested $20,000 in mine and I done made this amount of money, man. Then why come you got your little 2-cent shop? You got all this money. You struggling like hell trying to get me to patronize your business. And now you're trying to sell me on some kind of a coin. And you invest 20,000, man, you ain't had 20,000, you don't make $20,000 a year. But still, you want me to invest in that idea. And I told him, I said, man, look, everything ain't for everybody. It ain't for me. And y'all, if you saw how many emails I get a day trying to get me to invest in this or invest in that or buy this or start this business doing this, everything ain't for everybody. If you don't have anything to do with the Millionaire Mastermind Institute, don't step to me. I ain't interested. I'm staying focused on my expertise. My expertise is teaching you the thought and the action process to success. My expertise is teaching you how to keep from being ripped off. My expertise is teaching you how to build and grow that for which you are seeking, whether it's spiritual, personal, financial, entrepreneurial. I'm in New York now because I'm doing a major event right now. So I'm so tired. Y'all, I'm out of sleep. Think about what I'm telling you, y'all. You better listen and learn. If you're spending money and not saving any, you the big damn fool. If you're living from paycheck I ain't saying paycheck. I'm saying paycheck to paycheck. You got a problem if you aren't putting part of that paycheck away. You go in the store to work every day, catching hell, and you pay your phone bill, your car note, your electric bill, your rent, your food bill, your honey bill, but you don't pay you. How unintelligent, how not smart is that? That you do pay everybody, but you don't pay you. Makes no sense, y'all. Makes no sense. Let's talk about a job. Let's talk a little bit about a job. A job gives you a paycheck. When you work for someone, you're making their dream come true while you're killing yours. Entrepreneurship ain't for everybody. I admit that it is not. I'm not knocking you because you got a job. But if you're not investing your money wisely, if you're not saving your money wisely, if you're going all name brand, brand new car, the latest phone, you are the biggest damn fool out there. I wouldn't want nobody to work for me to think like that. Because if you work for me, I'm going to make sure that you learn business, that you learn investment, that you learn saving, that you learn how to go out there and start your own. That's what I do. I don't want you to give me 20 years working for me. I really don't. I want you to build that legacy for your children, your great grandchildren, your great great grandchildren, and beyond. You've got to teach them what I this evening told you. And you run out buying all these damn toys, all these name brand things. Why? Why? You got to have the latest and the greatest of whatever's out there. Don't you realize companies rely on people like you, fools like you? And then do you realize every month there's a holiday that requires you to spend money? Why? Because if you fool enough to believe that bullshit, they feed you about Thanksgiving, Halloween, Christmas, Easter, and all this other stuff. You are a king size fool, queen size fool. They have commercialized everything. They have commercialized everything. Come on, y'all. Y'all can do better than that. You're smarter than that. You are a lot smarter than that. Share this out, y'all. Share this out. This may save a lot of people, and they may hear something that they didn't know before. Give a blessing. Share it out. Tell them about the show, The Road to Success. I don't pull no punches, y'all. I don't give a damn about none of it. I ain't afraid of none of it. I told you when your mind is a weapon, you're unfit to be a slave. As long as you're in a debt, you are a slave to the system. They're relying on you to pay that extra money. So these thousandaires become millionaires. And these millionaires can become billionaires off of you busting your ass. Pay the bill that you have to not this. Now I got this lady, ain't got a job. She don't know what she gonna do now then stop donating food every week. But she got the latest phone that costs $1,459, I think she said. Why would you do that? And now you don't know what the hell you gonna do. Then stop giving away food. Then stop that $300. And they're kicking most people off of unemployment right now. What are you going to do? All that money you were getting, you were living like a damn queen. Not realize that tomorrow was going to be a rainy day. Makes no sense. Makes no sense. I'm hoping y'all appreciate what I gave y'all this evening. I am. I hope y'all appreciate it. What I gave y'all this evening. I always tell you, if you push me, I'll pull you. If you pull me, I'll push you. It's not going to matter whether you're pushing or you're pulling, y'all. We're going to get there together. We're always going to get there together. I guarantee you, you're going to be a winner. Let me do this. The lines are open. Anybody want to say something to me before I close off? Anybody want to say something to me before I close?
Yes, Mr. Meredith, Miss Ross, how are you?
How you doing, girlfriend?
I'm fine. I just want to tell you to be safe where you're at in New York. On your way back home, just have a safe drive back home.
Thank you, darling.
Conversation tonight.
I know you waiting on. I know you waiting on me to get back. Like I said, you my girlfriend. We've never met.
Yeah, we met. You just don't remember.
Oh, okay. Well, when I see you, I'll know.
Yeah, that's most definitely.
Thank you, dear. And you know I love you, and ain't nothing you can do about it.
Oh, hey, I love you also. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
And I can feel it. I can feel it. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Okay. Bye-bye.
Anyone else? Lines are open. Talk to me before I close down. You know I love you, y'all. Like I said, if you push me, I'll pull you. If you pull me, I'll push you. It's not going to matter whether I'm pushing or pulling y'all. You could be a winner. I'm guaranteeing you that. I'm going to see to that. Listen and learn. And put in practice. Until next time, y'all, God bless. And keep working on your road to success. Until next time, y'all, God bless.